Hello and welcome to Whiskey and SV. I'm Sam, and in this first episode, we will be doing a blind tasting of 12 of uh, 6 of my favorite 12-year-old whiskeys. They're all sherry matured whiskeys. Um, the first one is the Glenturret 12. I believe this is the 2021 edition. Um, this one comes at 46% ABV, and it is natural color and non-chill filtered. So it comes in a craft presentation, something that WhiskeyTube really cares about, and of course I do as well. Next up, we have the Macallan 12-year Sherry Oak. This particular one is the older iteration with the brown box and this coppery kind of top. Is before they upgraded to the newer one, which is also in this blind tasting. And that one is the Macallan 12-year Sherry Oak from this year. It has this different top. They're both 43% ABV. I believe they may be chill filtered. It doesn't say. And although it doesn't say on the bottle, I think Macallan doesn't add the caramel coloring to any of their whiskeys. Next up, we have the Tamdhu 12. If you know anything about whiskey, you know that Tamdhu is one of those whiskeys that has gained quite a lot of popularity recently. And this 12-year iteration comes pretty much similar specs to the Macallan 12-year. It is 43% ABV. Doesn't say anything about shelf filtration or natural color. So I'm going to assume it's going to be very similar presentation. Next up, we have the Glenallachie 12-year. Now, this Glenallachie 12-year, I have to get my face behind it so it doesn't see any. Okay. Yeah. So the Glenallachie 12-year. This one is 46% ABV, non-chill filtered, and naturally colored. Of course, after Billy Walker left Glendronach and joined Glenallachie, Glenallachie has become a particular favorite of a lot of people who love sherry matured whiskies. Last but not least, we have the Bunnahabhain 12-year. Now, Bunnahabhain is a distillery that is from the Islay region of Scotland. And even though Islay is very famous for its peaty and smoky whiskies, this particular expression, and Bunnahabhain in general has a lot of expressions like this that are not peated, and instead they are sherry matured. So there you have it. These are the 6 whiskeys I'm going to blind today. I've pre-poured them into these Glencairns, and I put caps on them. These caps have numbers on them, 1 through 6. Although, in order for this to be fair, I'm going to leave the room. I'm going to have to ask my wife to come in here and move around these heads, and then move around the glasses, and then keep track of what number is connected to which glass, to which whiskey. And then I'll come back in and I'll nose them and taste them and give you some notes. And then I'll rank them. And I will try to also guess which whiskey is which. And yeah, to make it interesting for you, if you stick around to the end and you see my guesses and I get some of them wrong, as long as you comment on this video, I will randomly pick and send samples of the ones I got wrong to the lucky winners. All right, so let's do this.
Hi everyone, my name is Lily. I'm Sam's wife and a sidekick of the channel. I'm frustrated with him spending so much money on whiskey, but I promised him to help him with this channel. So what I'm here for is to sign a new number to each bottle that he brought here today, and shuffle and let him in to see if he really deserved these bottles, because I don't know, if he can pick, I don't think he deserved them. And if he doesn't, he will bleed whiskey. Basically, he has to send one of you guys, a sample of the bottle that he couldn't pick. So let me start. I have the name of the bottles that he picked today. I'm going to assign new number to each, different from what he picked before, and shuffle. So let's see. Uh, okay. Okay. Let's see if we can trick him. There you go. Huh? Then. Okay, see you soon.
All right, let's get going with this. I had to move the camera down a bit so you can actually see these things. I realized it wasn't possible to see them in the last shot. But okay, I'll start just by the numberings. I'll just go from like 1 and keep going on. So this is like the number 1. Um, this is hard to get this thing to. Okay, focus. Right, there we go. Okay, so number 1. Okay, so on the nose, it's like syrupy orange kind of note, like kind of tangerines or oranges that have been like made into jam and then like um, caramelized or something. That's pretty nice. Yeah. On the palate, yeah, the arrival is pretty pretty much what I was getting on the nose, which is just like concentrated orange tangerine jam. It has some bitter oak flavors as well. Um, yeah, I'm fairly confident this is a Macallan. I don't know which one. um, I think it's like it is slightly like thinner on the palate than I would have liked. Mm, that's a really nice dram though. Okay, I do like to leave some so I can compare them side by side. So I'm gonna move on to the next one. Number 2. Hmm. Completely different nose here. There's none of those like orangey, tangerine kind of flavors. It's a much more tame nose, I would say. But like pretty pungent kind of nose. And as soon as I say pungent, then I think, maybe that doesn't sound so appealing. But if you're a whiskey nerd, you probably do find that appealing. Yeah, this by comparison is just doesn't have a lot going on the nose. Definitely like faint sherry notes that generic sherry notes that you get like dark fruits and but comparatively just much more tame. This is much thinner on the palate, and it has yeah, it it's if I was to guess, I would say this is kind of like a second or third fill sherry, as in like it's been used a few times before. It's not like a fresh sherry cask that was matured in. So it's very nice but understated. Hmm, the finish hmm, is a bit oaky, kind of a little bit slight spices plus bitters. When I say oak, it's usually kind of like slightly spicy, um, and then some bitterness as well. Okay, I mean, probably too early to guess, but if I was to guess, I would say this is either the Bunnahabhain or the Glenallachie. It might be the Bunnahabhain to be honest, because I've had that open for a long time, so it might have gone flat a little bit. Um, but then again, I've also had this open for a while, the Macallan 12, the older one. But that's definitely not a Macallan. I'm gonna guess it's either could also be the Tamdhu. I don't know. All right. Anyways, let's move on to the third one. Wow, interesting. Yeah, this is also not as pungent. You know, when I talk about like a nose being strong and pungent, that actually makes me think of the Glenturret. So it is likely that I may have mistaken the Macallans for Glenturret because I think they are very much closer. In fact, a lot of people say that the Glenturret is like kind of like a um, what the old Macallans that were really nice and high quality are that's like what you get in the new Glenturrets. So yeah, so back to this number three. Yeah, again, it's like kind of light on the nose comparatively. You know, just light sherry, fruity flavors, slight sour plum kind of note. Hmm. Hmm. I think this is a Glenallachie. The Glenallachie spirit um has this thing where I feel like it was like they took spirit that's not like that great and they tried to coat it with sherry. And honestly, this is what this tastes like. This tastes like it was like kind of a not a kind of a mediocre spirit that was trying to that was coated with fresh sherry casks. Could be wrong, but yeah, I'm pretty sure this has got to be the Glenallachie. I don't think this is definitely not a Macallan. That's for sure. Okay, so I should probably like put them next to my best guess, right? So far, I think like this number one is probably somewhere here. Number two is probably the Bunnahabhain. Number three is probably the Glenallachie. So now we have four, five, and six. Let's start with four. Oh, I'm in trouble. Okay, so this is much more sweet. There's kind of like a sweet candy, kind of like the candy you get in a store, um, nose, and a little bit of vanilla along with the sherry flavors, sherry aromas. Hmm, definitely not a Macallan again. Hmm. I like the palate on this a lot more than the nose indicated. Um, it is, um, some of the same tangerine kind of flavors and that vanilla coming through, sour plum a little bit. Hmm, that is quite nice. If I was to guess, I would say this is probably the Tamdhu. I'm thinking that number one may also be the Glenallachie. Sorry, the Glenturret. It was pretty nice. I mean, that nose specifically was something that I liked a lot. All right, I'm getting confused here now. Okay, let's do number five. Okay, this is probably the Glenturret. It's again. No, this is probably one of the Macallans actually. Okay, so yeah, again, kind of like those orange marmalade kind of flavors that I associate with Macallan or Glenturret. So I think let's see. Mm, this is a Macallan for sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is a Macallan. Um, it's slightly thinner than the first one, and the nose wasn't as strong. If I was to guess, I would say this is the newer Macallan, and that number one was either the older Macallan or the Glenturret. So By process of elimination, this is gonna be hopefully this is my favorite one because I'm gonna be in trouble if it's not. I'm guessing that this number six has to be the Glenturret, and I know the Glenturret is a strong whiskey. That yeah, I think that is a strong nose. Man, it's hard to do six whiskeys back to back so quickly though. All right, let's see. Hmm. Yeah, that's very nice. Um, okay, I'm pretty sure now that this number one was the Glenturret, because that strong, um, marmalade kind of like nose. That's definitely a Glenturret. This one is very nice and it's very complex, but it doesn't have those like pungentness about it. It's quite nice actually. It has a very different like oak to it that shows up with a bit of spice and really makes me think of like high quality wood. So it probably came from extremely good high quality casks. I have to say, I think this has to be the old Macallan. Man, that's good. Okay, let me compare. I would say this has to be like the older Macallan. I'm gonna like so far. I think I would say so far probably my favorite has been the older Macallan as my number one. Well, I don't know if it is older Macallan. Like number six has been my favorite so far. Number one has been a close second place. Um, the Probably the newer Macallan was next, then the Tamdhu, then the Glenallachie, and finally the Bunnahabhain, or maybe the other way around. Um, but let me make a final round through these. This is hard, man. Okay. Yeah, this is definitely the Glenturret. It has a pungency about it that actually when I first opened this bottle, I didn't like it. I was like, whoa, what did I get myself into? Then I liked it so much that I bought multiple backups of it. But it is just very strong in your face, kind of like pungent fruit kind of flavors. Mm. See, I think I like that a lot. This is definitely the Glenturret. I'm very confident about this. Let me go between these two ones that I think are Macallans. Um, let's do them one by one so I don't mess them up. So this is number six. I don't know, man. This could also be the. I have an impression that the Glenallachie 12 is not that great, but I could be wrong. I have to say this does not taste like a Macallan. Now I'm confusing myself. But if it's not, which one is the Macallan? This is my favorite one actually. I don't know if it's my favorite one actually. I think like probably actually this number one, which I think is the Glenturret for sure, is my favorite. They're this very close between these two. I have to say, which whatever this is, I'm guessing it's the old Macallan. But it's definitely like the complexity there is very different compared to the other ones. Yeah, no, this is definitely Macallan. This one is, I'm sure, like number five is definitely a Macallan. Now, which one it is, I don't know. Um, yeah, this is tough. This doesn't taste like Macallan. I have to it's close to being my favorite, but it doesn't taste like Macallan. But then I don't know which other one would be Macallan, because I'm definitely sure 5 is Macallan. Definitely sure 1 is Glenturret. Let's go with this again. Man. That nose is like such refined cherry. Okay, I'm just confusing myself now. There is a hint of sourness to this one though. I've never got that on a Macallan, so I could be wrong about what number 4 is compared to number 3. Let's go with number 3 again. Wow. Okay. Now I'm just confusing myself. All right. One more time, number 2. Oh, man, these are all good though, you know? Now going back to this, it no longer tastes, it no longer like smells tired. Okay. I'm gonna have to stop. I think 6 is a very hard number to do. I'm very confident that I picked the Glenturret right. I'm very confident and to be number 1. I'm very confident that number 5 is a Macallan. I don't know if it's the older or new one. Um, yeah, number 6, I'm guessing is the Macallan, the old Macallan. I actually hope it's not the old Macallan, because the old Macallan is now hard to find. So if it turns out to be the Glenallachie or the Tamdhu, I'm going to be very happy. Um, yeah. Okay. Well, I think this is it. I'm committed now. So this is the ordering that I have. So again, number 1, Glenturret, 12. Number 6, Old Macallan. Number 5, New Macallan. Number 4, Tamdhu 12. Number 3, Glenallachie. And number 2, the Bunnahabhain 12. Okay, I'm gonna ask for Layli to come back to tell me how I did. Okay, we're back, and let's see how I did. So yeah, please reveal. Number 1, I said, is the Glenturret.
That's true.
Yes.
Correct.
Okay, I got the number 1 right. Okay. Number 2, I said, is the Bunnahabhain.
Sorry, but we don't deserve that.
Oh really? Shit. What is it?
So it's basically the what is the name?
Bunnahabhain?
Bunnahabhain.
I did say it's the Bunnahabhain.
But that's number 6.
No, this is number 2. What's number 2?
Number 2 is Macallan 12.
Which one?
12.
The older one?
Number 2, basically the previous 2 is this
The
one.
older one.
The older
Oh
one.
wow. Okay. Damn.
You
Okay, so
messed up.
all right. So what's number 6?
Number 6 is the Bunnahabhain. Blah blah.
Oh wow. So Buna is my favorite. It's close to being my favorite. That's crazy. Oh my god. Okay. That is crazy.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. What is number 3?
Number 3 is this one.
Glenallachie?
No,
That's the Tamdhu?
Tamdhu.
Fuck my life.
You don't deserve them.
So number 4
that's
is the
correct.
Glenallachie?
Yeah.
Okay, so I got number 5 right though, right?
You got it right.
Okay,
So
so I got 2. I just got 2 of them right.
Yeah.
Okay, but I was sure this is Macallan, because I had this recently, and I was sure this is the Glenturret, because this is my favorite 12 year.
Okay.
But I'm very surprised that I got the Bunnahabhain wrong.
I got you guys.
Oh my god. Okay.
Got your back.
Okay. Well, you see, no matter how much whiskey you have and how much whiskey you drink, when you drink blind.
Spend.
Okay. Yeah. Or spend. Yeah. When you do a blind tasting, you'll find out that you don't know as much as you think you do. All right. Okay, so what's up for that means I have to now give samples away of everything, all of these bottles, right? So the Macallan, the older bottling, so that's going to be exciting for people, I think. The Tamdhu 12, the Glenallachie 12, and the Bunnahabhain 12.
See, guys, I told you, I have your back.
All right, well, thanks for joining this episode. Thank you for your help, babe. Really appreciate it. Okay, take care.
Bleeding.
Bye.